Hello everybody and welcome. I have a fun flight plan for today. We're flying out of Stewart Aerodrome, which is located in Stewart, British Columbia, Canada. We're going to be flying along the Bear River, which is also bordering Alaska. And we're going to be flying down to Prince Rupert Airport, also in British Columbia, just on the border of Alaska. This should be a great flight. We're going to be flying in the Cessna C408. I don't know if I've actually flown this plane, and I'm kind of curious, and it looks really cool. I've done a couple test flights and I really like the plane. It's very, very simple, but let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to go ahead and remove all of these markers. Engine's already uncovered. Let's go over here and remove these pitot covers. They're gone. And we can go ahead and jump in. This plane looks really good though. It's really nice looking plane. Very simple to start. You can also come back here. I like the fact that when you open these doors and you just step away, they close on their own. I do like that. But let's go ahead and jump inside. All right, we're inside the cockpit now of the C408, and let's go ahead and start her up. So it should be pretty simple. Battery. Ow, that was loud. Left, right, and left, or left and right. Alternators are on. Standby battery is on. All right, everything's looking good there. Fuel booster or fuel pumps are on. Let's go ahead and do the engine ignition switches, pitot heats. Arm the auto feather. De-icing, since we
Pause system test. Okay.
Since it is northern Canada, and well, it is November, so that means it is a lot colder up here than usual. Well, not usual, it's a lot colder this time of year. All right, let's go ahead and prep the propellers RPMs. Let's go ahead and put that in the low idle. It's going to keep the flaps where they're at. Make sure everything is situated. Everything's looking good. All right, let's go ahead and start her up. Left engine start. Takes it a moment, so if you come down here, you'll see that things should start. Yep, right there they go. Yep, we're getting rotation, it looks like. Or here in a moment, there it is. There's rotation. Looking good. Once we got stable RPMs, I'll go ahead and start the right engine. But yeah, this plane's pretty cool. I'm not using this to do my my flight plan, I guess, because I don't want to use the Microsoft in-game flight plan. So I've been using Volanta, which I have my left screen. Volanta shows me my path that I should take, and that we should be good to go. Don't know if anyone's experienced it, but boy, did we have a cold snap in Ohio. And I don't know how far south it went. I think it went as far south as almost Florida. If you guys experienced some cold weather just within the last few days, put it in the comment section below on how cold it got. Now here in Ohio, where I'm at, last night it got down to like 22, 21 degrees, something like that. So, and I know my parents up north in northern Ohio, they got down into like 18, 19 degrees. So yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start that right engine. Turn off the left starter. But yeah, it got downright cold last night. And I don't have my furnace on. So it got down to the 20s and I still did not have my heat on. And I don't plan on turning my furnace on until it's like forever. Oh. Forgot to turn these on to bleed air. Just saw that. But I don't plan on turning my furnace on anytime soon. All right. Things are looking good. Let's go ahead and crank up the prop power. That's at 70%. So let's go ahead over there. That's close enough. And then we can turn off the right starter. And we are good to taxi. Let's go ahead and turn the beacon light on. Taxi light's on. Yep, we're good to go. We're also going to turn on passenger oxygen switch. I don't think we're getting high enough, but just in case. But let's go ahead and disengage brakes. We're going to put the flaps into position. And now we're going to start our taxi. So we're going to go to the runway and we're going to go straight out. We're not going to do a bank at all because, yeah, we're going to be flying this entire river, which is called the Bear River, I believe, which runs the entire border of Canada and Alaska, or most of the border of Canada and Alaska, which I find very cool. So I always like doing these kind of flights where we're flying through the mountains, between mountains. I like mountainous terrain. Like, my whole goal is like the next, I guess, vacation that I go out of state, I want to go to Montana. Montana is where I want to go. I want to go see Glacier National Park. If anyone's been to Glacier National Park, put it in the comment section below what you thought of it and what I need to do if I ever go out there. But we are coming up to the end of the runway, so we can do our U-turn and do our takeoff. All right, here we are. Trying to keep on the runway. I don't want to do the U-turn and go out into the dirt or grass. All right, let's go ahead and line up. And do our takeoff. And rotate. And we are off the ground. Look how beautiful that is. So yeah, all we have to do is follow this river all the way out to the bay, or out to the ocean, essentially. Prince Rupert Airport is right on the coastline of the Pacific, it looks like. We're about 9,000, no, we're not even 9,000. We're at 1,000 feet right now. But let's go ahead and get some altitude. I find this very beautiful when looking at this kind of terrain. That's Prince Rupert. That is the Bear River. Let's go ahead and bring up the flaps. Pull back on the throttle. Don't want to push the engines too much. But essentially this entire flight, we're going to be following this river. Time of flight said this is going to be about 42 minutes according to Volanta. But we're going to see lots of cool terrain. The sun is setting. This is real time and real weather, like current weather. So, like right now here in Ohio, it is 7:33 p.m. at this moment, at the present time of recording. So at this time right here. What is it? I'd say so 6:30, 5:30, 4:30 ish, something like that, I think. Let me know in the comment section what the time conversion is. It's either 4:30 or 3:30. Now I know that on the farther north, right now, the farther north you get, the less light you get. It's coming up to that time of year where Alaska is going to see absolutely no daylight, which I really want to experience. I would love to experience, hey, look, it's 12 p.m. in the afternoon and the sun is barely coming up, or it's just straight dark. Let's go ahead and bring down the power a little bit. Let's go ahead and cut across this little mountain over here. So right now on our right over here, just over here, is Mount Hayford. Mount Hayford is over here. Over here is Sutton Glacier. And then back over here, Mount Hinckley. Hinckley? I don't know how you pronounce that. I think that's how you would pronounce it though. But I really like this plane, this little Cessna C408. I'm considering using this for the series on flying from East Alaska. Actually, it's far west Alaska to East Canada. I'm really considering using this plane because this one's actually it seems pretty fun. Simple plane. Not really, it's not slow, but not fast. I don't want to be in a jet where I'm like, cool, I'm going to do hop to hop. That's going to be a 20-minute flight. Now, I want to actually observe the actual environment. We're going to also hit the level button. This actually has a feature where it levels it off, where you're going straight. But yeah, this entire river right here is the border for this side over here is British Columbia, Canada. And this on this side, this is Alaska. At least that's yes. That is considered Alaska. And there's the sun setting in the distance. Beautiful sight. Beautiful sight. Keep looking over at my Volantics. I'm looking at terrain features. We got Mount Clashmore. Wow, really? Mount Clashmore, way out there, coming up. Mount Clash. I kind of like the name. It sounds funny, but it's kind of also kind of cool. It's like Clash of the Titans, but it's in a mountain. Clashmore. I don't know. I'm now just coming up with some stupid ideas. But yeah. Beautiful scenery. Soak it in, everyone. Soak it in. But tell me, how has everyone been? So we're right now at 5,500 feet. Airspeed's 178 knots. Time to target, 29 minutes. So the time's coming down pretty quick. So we have 87 nautical miles to go. Now, if we really wanted to cut the trip in half, or at least cut down on the trip, we would not take the full river, like the full path of the river, because it does go off towards the east, then back to the west. And we have to then take the east again to go to the airport. But I feel like if we do that, we're going to lose out on a lot of scenery, like beautiful scenery with the river. Like we'll be flying in Canadian airspace, flipping over to the United States airspace, which is Alaska, so on and so forth. I should take that back. Ground speed is set at 178 knots. Airspeed's 161 knots. So I feel like we're getting a tailwind. So Mount Clashmore is coming up over here. Let's go ahead and take off of autopilot leveling. But I really enjoy these relaxing flights. It's been so long since I've actually done a relaxing flight. I've considered doing live streams again on these types of flights as well. Relaxed, fun, interactive. Also put in the comment section below if you're interested in seeing live streams back periodically, not like every day or every weekend, but periodically. But I enjoy everyone's support. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel, hit that button. I plan on doing a ton more videos, relaxing, simple flights, where you can just sit back, relax, and then enjoy the scenery. Now, I may tell a story here and there, and people may get tired of hearing my voice, but you know what? I do that. That's the living I want when it comes to being a YouTuber. You talk. You entertain, you provide intel, you provide something fun for others to enjoy. There we go. You're gonna stay level. There you go. Well, there's been a setback though. I've been wanting to get my pilot's license or pilot, like get training or whatever, so I can become a pilot or whatever. Well, with everything's been happening to me recently, that's been a major setback. I still plan on getting it, or at least attempting to. So Mount Clashmore, it's over here. I still find that name's hilarious. Plane looks really good though. I really like this plane. What turns on those lights? Okay, those are landing lights. We're gonna keep those on. Since we're under 10,000 feet, I'd like to have those on. Yep, we're just following this river. I'd say we're about coming up here at this corner where we take a right to go southwest. That's about halfway down the river until we exit out into, does this tell me what bay it is? Oh, okay. Then we come up to Chatham Sound. Oh God. I probably butchered that name, like royally butchered it. Yep, we're just flying around. I just love mountains. Mountains are so majestic, so beautiful. I've climbed a couple mountains in my lifetime. Now, obviously, they're not mountains like these. These are like high top mountains. Mountains I've climbed are like some smaller ones in Korea. Nothing extreme, nothing extravagant. So we're coming up over here. I believe it's like right here, maybe? This maybe Mount Newport right here. Yeah, this is probably Mount Newport since we're coming up on this bend. Just before this bend in the river is that Mount Newport. Every time I say Newport, I think of cigarettes. And then over on this side, obstructed by clouds, is Dome Peak. Interesting name, Dome Peak. And there is that right bend. We're gonna go inside and turn off of the autopilot leveling so we can take this little turn. Looks like we got a little bit of a bug splat on the windshield. Let's go ahead and bring the engines down just a tiny bit. I feel like we're overpowering them right now. And then back to level. Yeah, these kinds of flights, they're so simple. I like the coloring of the sky, though, in the distance. The pink. So there's going to be a little outlet or inlet. Inlet. I don't know if you want what you want to call it. I think it's an inlet. We're going to take to the left, and I think it's this one right here that goes into a it's called Portland Inlet. We would take that all the way down to the Sound, and then that would take us out to oh boy, I can't even pronounce that. Hecate Strait. Some of these names just get me. They just straight get me. It's like I do my best on pronunciations. Right now, passing through a bit of a cloud. Computer's performing pretty good. Of course, though, there's not really a lot of objects to render in, like a city objects, which helps a ton. Hopefully we get to our destination before it gets too dark. I don't like to so on YouTube, dark scenes like night flights do not look good on YouTube, not even close. So that's why I kind of avoid doing night flights altogether. They just don't render good, and they just overall just look bad. And YouTube compression does not help one bit. Yeah, this is the little crossover into the Portland Inlet. So we're at 4,910 feet. Ground speed's 163 knots. Heading at a 207 degrees. And ETA at the moment is 20 minutes. So not a bad flight. It's going to be a little bit longer of a video, but I think that's beneficial for a relaxing flight. Now, other flights like this, I may do more cinematic, but I feel like this one was more appropriate to show that I am back doing flights. All right, let's go back inside, and then we're going to readjust. For this crossover. All right, and now we are leveled off, and I think we are pretty well in line with that inlet, so I don't have to really adjust for a little bit. So I've also contemplated on doing farming simulator videos along with more American Truck Simulator videos. Now, I know that American Truck Simulator videos, they don't normally do very well, but it's okay. I don't mind. Some people watch it. Some of the more hardcore viewers I have, they'll watch it. And that's all that matters. We are so close also. I want to mention this. We are so close to hitting that 10,000 subscriber mark. I believe at the time of recording, we're at 9,932. So close. So if you made it this far into the video, and if you haven't already subscribed, help me out. I want to hit that 10,000. I want to hit that 10,000. Ideally, I would love to hit it before the end of the week. But that I already know that's asking a ton, since I just got back into the whole video format again. And since I've been gone for so long, I've lost a lot of my viewers. But yeah, I hope to gain them back once they notice I am back. But yeah, I would love to hit 10,000 subscribers. And then the next goal is hitting that 15, then 20, and all the way up to eventually I would love to touch 100,000. That's going to take a lot of work, but I love doing these videos for you guys. They're relaxing. I know a lot of you complain about me droning on and talking and ruining videos, but you know what? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to talk. I'm here to entertain. I also may be getting a new plane here soon. From Miltech, a new plane to review and to fly. I may do a cross-country flight with it depending on how I feel about the plane, because it is a tail dragger and I am not good with tail draggers. I absolutely suck with them. I was actually trying the other day to see if I can practice on taking off on a tail dragger. Every single time I took off, it was a fail. So if anyone's got some I guess tips on how to fly or take off in one, let me know. I just know I suck at them. Oh, it's getting dark out. That sunset's so beautiful, though. Plane's starting to do its bobbing. We're doing pretty good on time. Got 42 nautical miles left in our flight. This is the Portland Inlet that leads out to a strait that I don't know how to pronounce correctly. Chatham, Sound. Not straight, it's a sound. Chase them sound. That also, okay, chase them. Wow, I can't pronounce things. Sound connects to Takeoff Strait. So this is a sound we're going into. All right, now I saw the name of that. But Chatham Sound is where we're going. Where we're going into for a body of water. Back in the day, I used to be pretty good with pronunciations of names and stuff. I feel like with age, that's kind of gone downhill, especially in people's names nowadays that I've been running across. It's just some crazy names. All right, I'm actually debating if I want to keep going straight, because if we keep going straight, we'll come up right up and on the airport. But I feel like I want to be more of a scenic person, which that is exactly what I'm doing. Everyone in the back of the plane's like, "What the heck's going on? Why are we banking like this?" It wasn't an aggressive bank, but it was definitely a bank. We're gonna do it right there. We're gonna keep it right there. Keep it with the river or inlet out to the sound. Flying through some clouds. Good thing we have de-icing on. I'm not sure how bad these clouds would be on I guess generating ice on the wings or anything like that. I think we need more altitude for that. I could be wrong altogether on that one too. And there we are, exiting out of the inlet into the sound, which dead straight ahead is the Pacific. Yeah, if you continue on straight, I mean, it takes a long time because you still got to go through the strait, the Hecate Strait, and then once you pass over, what island is this? It doesn't even tell me what island name it is. Well, there's a small, I wouldn't say small island, but there's an island that you have to cross to get to the Pacific. So it's still, the Pacific is a while away. But let's see if we can get this landing. If we can get a good landing, I'll be happy. Just feels good to be back, flying in a nice plane, relaxing plane, nothing complicated. I'll do some more military videos as well. I've been contemplating getting back into DCS world and relearning it. I mean, DCS world is fun, especially learning some of those planes. I have the A10, which I've thought about doing some shorts with the A10 on the on this classic. Brr. People that know military planes will understand the brrr. All right, so where are we at right now? So we're flying over Somerville Island. That is exactly where this is right here. Somerville Island. That's that. Crow Lagoon is over here. Actually, it's more like right there, probably. Truro Island is over right there. That is Truro Island. Hogan Island is right there. Haskellany Island? Haskellany Island? Oh God, I probably mispronounced the crap out of that. Is right there. Lizzie Hill. Lizzie Hill is right here. Mount McNeil off in the distance over there. We got Trait Bay. So Trait Bay is on this side, it looks like, of this island. Port Simpson. We're coming up on Port Simpson, which is right here. So according to Volanta, we're 8 minutes out. Of course, we're not flying straight to the airport. We're flying the coastline, essentially. You gotta have that good approach. And this is Chatham. Let me get that right. Chatham Sound. I almost called it Chatham Strait. But no, Chatham Sound. Now this island or this town, I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It is kind of crazy. This right here is Finlayson, something like that. Finlayson Island. I'm gonna call it Finlayson Island then. We have a fuel gauge on here. Let's check it. Oh, I don't like the electrical stuff. That doesn't look good. I don't like that fluctuation like that. Let me know in the comment section below if this fluctuation is bad, but it definitely doesn't look good. I mean, the voltage and the amps just keep going. I'm assuming that's volts, I'm pretty sure, and this is considered amps, and that just does not look good, especially when the battery voltage is changing this much and this is just flip-flopping. Could be a bug with the programming. but I mean, I don't know. But let's go ahead and take this off. And then we're gonna bank to keep with the short line. So we got Mountain Moors over yonder over there. Five minutes out. So yeah, somewhere over here is Mountain Moors. It's probably behind that cloud. So we're 4 minutes out, 14 nautical miles. Ground speed's 169. And we're at 46, almost 4,700 feet. But yeah, in the comment section below, let me know how everyone's doing, how you like the video. Maybe even put in the comments on where you want me to fly to. Where do you want me to point to that's not too far, but not too short. It can't be like a 10-minute flight, but I don't want it to be also a 40, 50 hour flight. That'd be too long of a flight. I'd have to break up the video, but that, I mean, if I have to break up the video, I have to do it. Done it before, shouldn't be an issue now then. So this is Big Bay. That's what this is right here. This is called the Big Bay. Yep, right there it is. That's Mountain Moor. And that's called a cloud. So most of this flight we spent in Canada. There were certain pockets where we actually did go through Alaska, but not long. We didn't spend a lot in Alaskan airspace. I'm looking at these names of these other islands, and I'm not even gonna try. Like Metlakata, yeah, like I said, I don't really want to try it and butcher a name. So we're coming up right here below us. This right here is Duncan Bay. Duncan Bay. Duncan Bay. Oh God, I don't know what's wrong with me. All right, we're 2 minutes out. Oh, wait, there's the airport. Oh, crap. All right, we're going to go back in. Turn that off. Reduce power. Flaps down. Oh, we kind of missed our descend. Like, this is how long I've been out of flight sim, and I'm like feeling like I just totally screwed up now. All right, we're going to scrub some speed off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about to be a rough landing because of stupidity. Full flaps. Oh, this may not be so bad after all. Oh, this could, okay, maybe it is. Let's go ahead and like center that. Oh, we're definitely coming in hot.
$500, $400, $300, $200, $200.
Oh, we're coming in hot and steamy.
100.
That tree right there is a stupid spot. Oh, you know what? That wasn't actually so horrible. That wasn't bad. I kind of made up for it at the end with that pitch up where I basically scrubbed a lot of speed off. Overall, though, that was not a bad landing. Could have been better. That approach was awful. So let me know what you think of that landing. Rating of 1 to 10, 1 being well, I didn't survive, to 10 being that was a buttery smooth landing and it was perfect. I would give myself 7. We're just going to the end of the runway so we can taxi back. Is that a dirt taxiway? It sure as heck is. It's a dirt taxiway. I'm not even sure if this is an actual taxiway at this point. I'm not sure if it's a taxiway. I think that's the first one I've seen that's a dirt in a long time, if it is. All right, so we've made it here. We're at Prince Rupert Airport in British Columbia. Let's go ahead and take it to the terminal, and then we're gonna call it a day. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the landing. I really don't think it was as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And I'm always impressed with whenever I can make a landing that's generally smooth. I just know I was all caught up in sceneries and letting everyone know the landmarks, and then I look like, oh, there's the airport, and we're sitting at about 7,000 feet, 4,000 feet, something like that. And there is the airport terminal. Yeah, this has got to be a taxiway. I don't think I've ever seen a dirt taxiway. I know they're out there, but I don't think I've ever landed on an airport with one. Definitely is a dirt one, because I see this. It's now clear as day that it is supposed to be a taxiway. Man, talking nowadays for me has been rough. Ah, actually, now I'm starting to think this was bogus. It's all right though. Come on, turn, turn, turn. All right, we're coming up on to the terminal. We're gonna drop off our passengers and call it a day. right, we're here. Parking brakes engaged. Hope everyone enjoyed the flight. It was actually kind of fun. Beautiful flight in the dusk hours of the day. And I hope to catch you in the next flight. Later.